guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a requested video. I will put the person's name down that requested this, and it's just basically a lash tutorial. I actually always just pretty much put my lashes on after I've already done my makeup, so I'll just, you know, kind of go off camera and put my lashes on and come back. But this person wanted to see how I actually put them on. I did do a video a long time ago, a couple years back, on lashes, but it wasn't really a tutorial because it ended up being a talk through, like I was talking about my personal life of something I was going through. So I don't know if you saw that, but it was a really kind of emotional video, so it kind of went off topic. But this one actually is going to show how I put on my lashes, and it also kind of shows a little bit of a mishap that can happen with lashes. So I guess it's good because on a tutorial you want to be able to know what happens if something goes wrong on your lashes, and something did on this one. So you'll see how you can kind of correct something instead of just being like, you know, someone like me who does lashes every day, it's usually super easy. Well, here I am trying to put lashes on with one hand because I was holding my mirror, so it got a little wonky, but you'll see what I'm saying and what happened and then how you can correct it. So yeah, anyways, if you guys have not already, please subscribe to my channel, and if you want to see how I put my lashes on, please keep watching. Okay, so since this is actually just a lash video, I went ahead and just did all my makeup already. It's like a summery kind of look. The foundation's a little sheer, you can tell, you can see all my discoloration through it, but that's okay. I just put a little bit of glitter on the eye to amp it up a little bit, but it's actually a very natural makeup. I am going to use my lashes in this style Gaia from Lily Lashes, and this is one of my favorite pairs because it's such a pretty fluffy lash, yet it's short enough I can wear under my glasses, so I do wear this one to work a lot. However, I only have 2 new pairs. This is a new pair, and the only reason I'm doing this is so I can kind of show how to do actual lashes if it's a brand new pair and you need to fit it to your eye. So the first thing I do is just take my little lash tool, and I basically pull it. I take it from the end of the lash, which would be the outside corner, and I loosen it a little bit on the outside, and then I just kind of peel it off of the packaging. Now, whenever you're going to do your lash, you literally want to fit it to your eye. So basically, you don't want too much on the inner corner and too much on the outer corner. So start it to right where your eyelash, like right before it hits the inner corner. And that's how you're going to measure it. You're going to basically see how much you need to trim off the end. These ones are actually not that bad, but I always trim off just a little bit if I have to. But you never want it to go past your outer corner because then it can just like pop off. You want it to fit perfectly to the outer corner of your eye, and always trim from the outside. So for this one, because it's not that long, I'm just going to take my little scissors and I'm just going to trim off one little, they come in like little clumps of lashes. I'm going to trim off one little clump, and I'll show you what that looks like. So basically I just trimmed off that little guy right there. Now what's fun about this is if you want to have like a really dramatic look, you can actually put that on, and then you can take this little piece and put it right over the end piece, if that makes sense, and like kind of make it even fuller. But I just always throw these away. So one thing I can tell you is if you have a thin band like this, it's so much easier to apply. If you have a band that's really thick, it's a lot harder to apply if you're a beginner. So you really want to make sure that you kind of loosen that band so it's going to fit easily onto your eye. If it's too stiff, it's just going to kind of like, it's not going to form your eye. So you kind of want to like maneuver it a little bit so it's really pliable. And sometimes, like this one's so easy, so this is a really bad example, but I'm just letting you know if you have one that's really stiff, just kind of like move it around a little bit. Even sometimes take it on my finger and just kind of wrap it around like that. So it just kind of makes a little bit of a circular form, so when you plop it on, it just kind of fits properly. And then take it off, and then we'll put the glue. Use that technique only if your lashes have a really stiff band. So for me, the way I put my lashes are, obviously you can take your lash glue and just put it right onto the lash. But for me, I always use the duo glue, and I just take a little bit of it. And you know how your lashes come with like this little packet thing inside? I always just use this. So I just put a little glue on here, just like that, squirt a little bit on there. So basically what I use to pick it up with is like, this is like an old little mascara wand, like a disposable one. I just kind of broke off the tip, and now it's just like a little stiff thing. And I always peel off if there's old glue on it. But then I just dip the glue in here like that, and then I just take the lash and I just run it right along the band. You don't want to put too much, but you also want to make sure you get enough on the ends, especially the outer corner and the inner corner, because those are the hardest parts to stick. And that's it. And then you just kind of set it aside. Do your next one. You want to make sure your lashes are a little bit tacky before you put them on. So definitely let them sit. So while like that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and grab my next one and prepare that one. Usually by the time, like if you're doing a new set or if you're cleaning off your old one, like peeling old glue off, it'll be almost time for you to go ahead and put on your lashes. Sometimes I'll put my lash glue on and then I'll just do one part of my, like I'll do my concealer, or I'll do, just do something while you're waiting just to kind of pass the time. But I've already done my makeup, so I don't need to do anything like that. So I'm just gonna let it sit here for a second. And I'll just talk to you guys for a second. There's different types of glue, so some of them will dry faster than others. The Duo glue seems to take a little bit longer to dry. So like something like this with these little ones, this is actually the one from House of Lashes, but they do have ones like this from Duo as well. And I always keep these right in my handbag or like in my work pouch at work. So if a lash kind of comes unglued somewhere, it's so easy to just kind of look in the mirror and just kind of touch up your lashes right there with this, and it dries faster for some reason. But I don't like this as my original glue. I don't know why. I know they always dry fast, but I still for some reason just like Duo glue better. So I've been doing it for so long, so that's kind of what I always stick to. Now this might be harder for me to do this because I have to hold my mirror in my left hand so I can see close up. And then normally I use kind of two hands, but what I'm gonna do is use my little tweezer tool. This is the one from Tarte. There's definitely different ones, or you could just use regular tweezers. The reason I like this one, it has the little shape here that it's gonna build to shape your eye and squeeze your lashes together, your real ones and your fake ones. So what I'm gonna do is take the first lash that I put the glue on, and it's still a little wet, so just give it a little blow. You would never do that if you're doing somebody else's lashes, obviously. You wouldn't blow on them, maybe just kind of wave them around or something, but you can tell because it starts to like turn like a different color. It's not as white. You can tell it's getting tackier. So I'm gonna go ahead and go right now and just do that. And what I'd like to do is just kind of look down a little bit. I like to close my eyes. Some people hold the mirror down like this. I don't do that. For me, I've just been doing it like this for so long. I just look straight into the mirror and I put it right in the center of my eye, right there. So I put in the center, and then I take the inner corner and put it in, and then I grab the outer corner and put it on. So it's kind of set right there, but it's good to get it right centered in the middle so you know where it's gonna fit, and then just kind of tweak around your outer and your inner corner. Like I said, it's harder for me since I only have one hand. So now I'm gonna take this like little guy right here, and I'm gonna go in between the lashes and I'm gonna squeeze them to mesh my real lashes and my fake lashes together, so you don't see the little, so you don't see your real hairs underneath there. And that's it. It's super easy. Like I said, it all depends on the lash that you're using. This one is a very easy lash to maneuver because the lash band's really thin. Like I said, this is one of my favorite lashes because it is so full, and it also has a really nice flare on the end. However, I hate that these are no longer being made. I don't know, maybe she'll bring them back again. And honestly, I haven't checked her site to see if they actually even are made anymore. I don't know, because to tell you the truth, I bought so many Lily lashes at the, at the Black Friday one year, that I never had to go back onto her site again. I went to go look for these and they weren't on there, but I got like 6 new pairs off Amazon. I think I got all of the ones that were on Amazon. This one I could tell the glue was a little bit too dry, so it's not sticking as much. Like I let it sit for too long, but it's okay. Now I'm gonna go and mesh these together. See this one right here is lifting. So what I like to do for that is I have this old little, it's like a little eyeliner brush, and I like to dip into the glue and just kind of line my lash line a little bit and put a little bit on. This is kind of what I would do if my lash was coming undone at work or something. You put a little bit on your lash line. a little bit on your lash and then just re-stick it. It just dried a little, waited a little too long for that to dry. If it slides around too much, it's too wet, you need to wait. And then if it's not sticking, obviously the glue is not, see, even right here, I can tell like it's fine right now, but if I was to go out for the day, this one would come undone. So this is actually a good thing because it's, you know, this is supposed to be a tutorial, so it's hard because I can't grab my lash. So I'm gonna have to do it with one hand. So I'm gonna kind of lift this a little bit to the side, put a little bit of glue right there in the inner corner, right on that inner corner. So I put it right on the inner corner of that lash, grab it again, and then stick it down. And now this is gonna stay, because this is why I stick it on here. Like I said, this is a tutorial, so it's gonna give you, everything's not supposed to be so like, okay, this is it and that's it. Things happen. This is a perfect example that, you know, if it doesn't stick, here's what you do. And that's why I put it on here, because the glue, since it's been sitting out, is a little bit tackier already. So it's ready to stick. So that's why I grab it with that this little skinny brush. And now I can just pat it on there and it's totally stuck now because that was already tacky enough. So there you go. So that's it. I basically am glad that I had the little, you know, mishap with that, so you can see that you really have to pay attention to how long your lashes are sitting, because if you put them on too early, it's gonna like slip around and it's gonna get glue in your eye and it's gonna get all, it's not gonna stick that way. And then if you wait too long, again, it starts to kind of lift. So that way, this is exactly why I put it on here, because then I still have a little bit of glue. If you wait too long, this is gonna start to get too tacky too. See how it's starting to get all clumpy? That means this is too tacky. It's gonna, like, you know, be goopy and stuff. Okay, so like I said in the beginning, this is actually a requested video, so thank you for the request. It actually makes it easier for me when you do a request, because then I don't have to think of something that somebody might want to see. So I really appreciate your request. So yeah, just keep them coming. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my videos, and I'll see you in my next one. Thanks for watching.